Hello everybody, I have a new backpacking adventure in a new location for me. I'm actually in Yellowstone National Park. You can see this gorgeous scenery behind me. I am doing the Snake River Heartlake Loop, which is just barely inside the southern boundary. It will be 3 nights, 4 days, and it's going to rain all day today, but the next 2 days should hopefully be better. So let me show you what I'm about to do. Alright, so here is the very southern boundary of Yellowstone National Park. So, Old Faithful is like, I don't know, like up here. So it's just inside the border, and this is where I am right here. You literally come in the entrance and then just turn right. So, I'm going to be taking the south boundary trail following the Snake River. Actually starts out crossing it immediately. And then keep following it just down here. This is my campsite for tonight. It's called 9 Mile Meadow. It's 8C2 is the number of it. Tomorrow I'm going to be cutting over here, basically just following the Snake River to the Heartlake Trail. Start going around the Heartlake Trail on the Continental Divide Trail. This is my campsite number 2. Looping around Heartlake, coming back, and down here it is the hot spring. So I'm staying next to the hot spring on my last night. So just a little loop. Should be a lot of fun. And this is my first trip to Yellowstone. So I'm really excited for this journey. Alright, made it to the trailhead. The ranger station is just behind that picnic table there. And I am getting ready to enter this. Looks amazing already. It's kind of cool that I'm getting a rainy day because I'm going to be coming back on a sunny day, so it'll probably look a little different. But heading down and basically heading to my immediate ford of the Snake River. Oh, let me get beyond this tree. Let me show you where the entrance is to the park. It's just right where that road is there. There's a car kind of behind this pine tree. That's where the entrance to the park is. That's where you pay your fee. Alright, heading down. Okay, here's the main part of the Snake River. I have a bright orange triangle, and across the way here, a little bit of sun, is a faded orange triangle. So this is, and you can see the cars coming into the park over here. This is the recommended spot for fording the Snake River. It's not too cold. It's about a little over calf deep. Some pretty good flow. So I'm going to turn this off in a second and concentrate on the middle of the Snake River here. But again, welcome to the wilderness, starting with a ford. Oh man, this is so cool already. Just coming out from a little bit of a forested area with all these wildflowers. And you can see the haze from the, I don't know if haze is the right word, but the evaporation from the rainstorm. And then if you look down here, those are hot springs. Those are thermal features. This is a nice welcome to Yellowstone. Hitting all the major things right away. I had a ford, had hot springs, had wildflowers, had rain. I think this is going to be a good trip. The path is kind of slick right now, but I'm only going 9 miles today. Also that ford, I always ford with my shoes on, but the rocks are slick, so I would not recommend fording that in sandals. Definitely use your shoes. Alright, let's see what else this trip has in store. Okay, this is super cool. This is really cool. Excuse me if the camera's not steady, I'm swatting away mosquitoes at the same time. This is a bigger thermal feature, obviously, and this one's actually on my map. This is the South Boundary Hot Spring. This is the South Boundary Trail that I am on right here. And the trail takes you right next to this steam here. But South Boundary Hot Springs, straight across from me, is basically the national forest. So appropriately named. Really cool, and kind of cool that the trail comes this close to them too. Although also a bit dangerous. These hot springs are just at incredible temperatures. I'm not sure what they are, but like It's probably best not to touch the water here because it is scalding. Like, I know a lot of them are over 200 degrees, so a lot of accidents and injuries from people touching the water here. So just enjoy and do not touch. And I'm not sure how well it's coming out on video, but it is raining. Pretty good again. And I've been hiking through this, kind of densely forested area for a while. And the trail has been super slick. So let me turn around this way. Yeah, you can see a little bit better. This is more of what I've been typically walking through, and it's kind of like slushy snow. So it's slow going, and I passed a what looked like a guided backpacking group, and the woman did warn me that this is dense grizzly habitat, and then gave me some unsolicited advice. It's mostly to make noise, which I have been doing. I've been clacking my sticks, my hiking poles. I have been turning my internal monologue into an external monologue, and I have been saying hi to imaginary bears all along the trail. So it's hard work sloshing through this rain, but I'm excited to see what it looks like on the way back when there's no rain. But I'm only doing 9 miles today. Should be able to get to my campsite. It's just going to be wet and slow and soggy. Look at this. This is so cool. I'm just crossing a meadow near Snake Hot Springs. It's actually really close to where I'm going to be camping on my third night. Just taking video of it now, just in case it doesn't look this cool. I'm wondering if the rain is making it kind of smoke a little bit more. This little split right here, this is where my loop begins. So everything I just did, I'm going to be retracing on the way back. The trail actually went by the Snake River. It was gorgeous, but it was raining pretty hard, and I didn't want to take my phone out. Still raining quite a bit now, but I'm going to hit on the way back, and probably in better weather. So the Heartlake Trail is this trail. That's what I'm going to be coming back on when I finish my loop around Heartlake. And so I'm still on the South Boundary Trail, heading this way. And back into the woods with the slippery trail here. All right, so the storm has temporarily abated. I think it's just going to come back a little later. I'm still walking through the pine forest. Mosquitoes. Trying to blow them away. Just walked past. Every once in a while I get these clearings, and there's some nice views. Maybe if I go forward a little bit, there'll be some better views. But you can see there's wildflowers. You can see the little pink fireweeds, the little white ones, whatever they are. So really gorgeous trail. Probably even more gorgeous, this one, when it's not raining. But you can also see, in addition to being slippery, they're flooded. This isn't even like the worst of the flooding. I've had them come up to my ankles. So, if I can get this out of the way, you can see just my feet there. And I know there's a saying, when you start something new, you get your feet wet. So, my backpacking trip in Yellowstone, I am definitely getting my feet wet. Let me see if I go a little bit. My phone is a little bit wet and it stops randomly. Yeah, just came a little bit further up the trail, and let me turn around. Got some nice views into the mountains and the valleys, kind of rolling hills there. So really pretty. And it's not all forest. Every once in a while I come out on little meadows, and I'll be camping at a meadow tonight. The rain is coming down pretty hard right now, super flooded, but I wanted to pull out my phone because I just got this great view right here. I think that's actually 9 Mile Meadow down there, and the Snake River. I'm going to be following the Snake River at least today and tomorrow, and then on the way back too. So looks like I'll probably be headed downhill down to meadow level, and then that should be my campsite. Alright, closing in on this campsite and being able to put up some shelter. This is actually the trail I'm taking tomorrow, the Snake River Trail, just over this way. First thing in the morning is a ford again. I'm actually overshooting my loop a little bit because in Yellowstone there's no dispersed camping. There are specified backcountry campsites, and this was kind of the closest to where I wanted to be. So I'm overshooting it a little bit and then gonna backtrack tomorrow. And hopefully this rain will be done by tomorrow. Look what I found. That says 8C2. That is my campsite. There is not much of a trail, so I'll just follow the arrow. I'll look for the bear box. This one has a bear box. My other ones are gonna have hanging poles. Basically there's a cooking area and then you have to set up your tent 200 feet from there. But I'm gonna do a 360 because, oh my God, even in the rain, I hope this translates to camera, but this meadow is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And I just crossed a creek, so there's a nice water source right there. But look at this meadow. Unreal. Okay. Following the arrow, gonna try to find this campsite. Now that the rain has paused, at least for the moment, let me give a tour of my honestly kind of rocking campsite. So, 3 bear boxes here. This campsite is available for stock use and big groups. Sorry to whoever wanted to book that. They also book it for single hikers like me. Some antlers on top of those bear boxes. But this is the cooking and eating area, and it's right on the shore of the Snake River. So there's a little path leading down to the river itself. I don't know if you can see the path. But yeah, look at this view. This is the view from the eating area. And so we pan down the river a little bit. Gorgeous, gorgeous spot. And then there are some social trails off of the eating area where there's a couple of campsites. So it's at least 200 feet, so let me stop and start again when I'm there. Behind this group of purple wildflowers is my little orange tent. So there were several areas I could set my tent up because this is a big area. This is the only area that didn't have water pooled. So this is my spot. It's fairly sheltered from the wind if I had any wind, and it's right on a bluff overlooking the river. If you can see the river through the trees. So I'm gonna have that nice rushing water sound to help me sleep tonight. And before I set my tent up, I actually took shelter at one of the other sites because over here was a big tree with a log, and it's completely dry under that tree. Unfortunately, there's not enough room to pitch a tent under the tree in the dry section, and the rest of that area had water pooling in it. But overall, these are some nice campsites. More wildflowers here, and then plenty of room in those bear boxes for just me. So I'm storing all my gear that I'm not sleeping with in there, including my backpack. It's a good way to keep things dry. So the next set of clouds is starting to look like it's moving in, so that's where I'm going to end the video for today, unless I see some crazy wildlife or something. Tomorrow I'm going to be heading back to that spur I passed today and making my way up to Heartlake, and I'll be spending the night, should be on the lake shore of Heartlake, so that's going to be exciting. The last of the storm should drop what it needs to drop tonight, and the next 2 days should be a lot better as far as weather is concerned, so I'll probably be able to film more cool stuff. So, looking forward to hopefully a dry tomorrow.